not like we're not. Tell me.
Can we ask this then? All right. Well, can we look at this then? I want to talk about something because we've been to saying that we got better players than we think, etc., etc. And I agree with that to an extent. But I do think we have to look at some of our players as well and go, actually, they're not as good as we think. Can I just ask this question? I can ask this. Do you think that opposition centre-halves are worried when they see Rasmus Hojlund and Zirkzee?
No.
Yeah, but they're not worried because of the system that
forget not the system. Forget the system. But wait, bro. When Van Dijk pulls up, at Old Trafford, because this is the level. Yeah, Saliba, Gabriel, when they pull up, and go, right, who's our opposite number? And they see Zirkzee and they see Hojlund. Do you think the big man of the game, forget systems, battle for battle, man versus man in that game, do you think the man are going, oh man,
the thing is with that,
Flex, tight today.
And then they play with them week in, week out in the national team.
The Hojlund and Carlos scenario was man against boy. Like, as soon as Carlos came on the pitch for Villa, like, that was Hojlund done. Didn't get a sniff.
So he's done it to Haaland 4 games in a row. Haaland hasn't a sniff versus Arsenal. Apart from, I think he scored the last one.
So if he's doing that to them, man, what do you think he thinks if Zirkzee go, what, he's just going to drop off the front and drop a couple passes in there?
Exactly.
Yes, they are.
Danny Welbeck.
That's a great question.
They are.
That's the truth.
Yes, they are. They are.
I'm saying
they're afraid of João Pedro. They're afraid of. I tell you what. They're afraid of João Pedro. They'll look at Nicholas Jackson.
Nah, they're not.
Yes,
no, but Flex, the point that we're trying to make is.
But then that goes back to Said's point. Is that a system? Is that system that they're afraid of Danny Welbeck in Brighton's system?
They are.
That's the difference. That's the honest answer.
Danny Welbeck, the guy's in the.
I think you do more than Hojlund as well.
Look what Danny does, though. Look what Danny Welbeck does, right? He's not playing up front. Have you watched him, by the way? 1 minute he's in midfield, 1 minute he's on the left, 1 minute he's up front. He's everywhere, Danny Welbeck, because the manager says, you know what? You've got free range just to be in that area, that zone here. And then Mittelman is it my man on the right-hand side. They're just minty. They're going past him. Bro, they've got players in there that are ballers.
But we're looking at the individual thing, the finishing of these guys, the physicality.
I gotta go.
Looking after the ball, he's running through, man. Big up.
Bro, I
think, well, you know, I honestly think, I have to be honest on this. This is the red carpet, I am looking at Hojlund and Zirkzee, and they're young, and I'm not trying to kill the kids' confidence and say, like, listen, I'm behind them. I'm just saying, I do look at them and go, right now, that's not Man United level. Don't strike fear into the opposition. System or no system, I'm saying.
You don't have to be at Man United level. You could grow into the Man United level. Like right now, what is United's level now under this manager? Let's be honest. What is it? Can anyone tell me?
I hear that, but Rashford... No, but what I'm saying is, even if we're dead, Rashford can just, like, go past the man or do something. I know we don't do it often. That's the whole point. I'm looking at, I'm going, you know what? Drop a shot, you know what I mean? He could do a little thing. I'm just looking at the 2 9s that we've invested heavily into. And I'm going...
they're so starved because of the system.
Exactly. I think for me, we're misprofiling them. Like, and also, what you got to do here, if you believe that, let's say, for example, Zirkzee, okay, he's in at 9.5, you have to have runners going off him. Like, they're not doing that, Rashford and Garnacho, enough. You have to have runners. You have to have Bruno Fernandes in a third man runs. Again, he's not doing that enough. All right, you have to have players around him.
Maybe I'm just in the negativity of seeing how shit we are. But I do look at up front and I go, okay, we're shit. But then I'll see it go, oh, well, Zirkzee's not holding on to the ball. I thought this is what he does. I thought he looks after. He's not running. He can't run. Oh, Rasmus, he's back. He runs towards goal. Oh, they're just meeting drinks, eating him up. So I'm like, I don't see it.
Well,
but
put it
fair
this
enough.
way, Flex.
Like, I
Danny
get it.
Welbeck, if he was in this team, Danny Welbeck would not be doing what he's doing at Brighton now. Same player, but different system. He would
he look after the ball better and stuff like that?
He wouldn't be doing what he's doing at Brighton now because the system's way better suited to him.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I just thought I'd bring
Hojlund though, he's sort his touch out though, man, because
that's what I'm saying. There's the system, and then there's when we pass
there is
bounces off like a trampoline. Who's holds that?
It's ridiculous. I think borderline scary.
Rawness, confidence. I think, we shouldn't have signed Hojlund to be the main striker of a 9-goal season at age 20 years of age.
I wanted Vlahovic, but the fan base was like, Hojlund.
Rawness, confidence is a multitude of things. I actually do look at it and I think, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I think we needed to sell him because I think he doesn't suit what we want to do. But the perfect player for Zirkzee is McTominay because Zirkzee needs runners. Who runs into the box and scores? McTominay. you know, but we need someone to do that in the squad to make it work. And I think Hojlund is more clinical than Zirkzee when given the chances. Hojlund can make the runs. I would like to see Hojlund and Zirkzee try together. You know, maybe Zirkzee in the Bruno role. I would like to see that in this one game. Fair. See what happens with Hojlund getting a bit of service.
I just look at it. I don't think any of the other I don't think any of the other teams take them to. Arsenal wouldn't go. Give us that.
I can't.
I just don't.
If they're playing Havertz. So okay. If we bought Havertz now, what would we all be saying right now?
Havertz is a good player, bro. He's a good player.
But let's be honest, man. When they signed him, right?
Would we get?
Oh look, we don't. I get what you're saying. We get Chelsea. I get it. Yeah. Man United, basically every player comes here and fails, so it's very difficult.
But the manager, though, Arsenal, Arteta, what he's done well, he's got the best out of Havertz.
Yeah.
Ten Hag, you give me a manager.
Havertz has always been a decent player, though. He was good at Leverkusen. He's been good, bro. We're acting like Havertz.
Good managers
start for Germany all the
see it, don't they?
He's been good.
Good managers see it in a playoff.
Exactly. If anything, Saeed, we're the idiots for thinking that he's dead because Arteta's gone.
No. I'm not saying that.
I can challenge to the league with him.
All I'm going to add
is his game has developed now under Arteta.
He's a good manager. That's true.
And that's what I'm saying. A good manager gets you the extra.
But you already had a sample size before of being good.
No,
Leverkusen is one of the hottest strikers in Europe. That's why
did you watch the Chelsea fan base? The Chelsea fan base were like, he's done. He's rubbish. Apart from that Champions League final,
when Arsenal signed him for that fee, they couldn't believe it. They said, and guess what? They said the same thing about Mason Mount. Yeah, the Mason Mount one turned out to be true, and the Kai Havertz one turned out not to be true. What's the difference?
And Mason Mount was better than Havertz at Chelsea, and Mason Mount was better than Havertz at Chelsea. Havertz has gone to Arsenal, gone up levels. Mason Mount, obviously injuries there, gone to United, gone down levels. Jadon Sancho was better in the Bundesliga than Kai Havertz. Jadon Sancho comes to United, goes down levels. Kai Havertz at Chelsea weren't great, but at Arsenal goes up levels. I feel like Sancho comes to United, crap. Mount comes to United, crap. I felt like if Mount had gone to Liverpool or Arsenal, he'd be in a much better place if he stayed fit. Sancho looks better at Chelsea already. I do feel like we are this contagious plague of making players worse. There's very few players that I think have come to United and looked better. And I feel like then all these players that we almost signed go to other clubs and they're unbelievable. Like McAllister has been one of Liverpool's best players this last year. He's been phenomenal. We were looking at McAllister, we went for Mount. And we sit here thinking, imagine if they'd got Mount and we got McAllister, like maybe we'd be so much better off. But would we? Because our midfield is an issue, but when every single midfielder, whether it's Agate, whether it's Casemiro, whether it's Maino, it seems to sort of be struggling a little bit in the system, we could take Rodri. Do we know if Rodri's going to perform for us? I feel like elements of it is we do overrate our players, but I do think our team is better than we think, and we're making everybody worse. I think, surely.
Yeah,
we are better than what we are. On that flex there, and what Alex was just saying there, it's like, we still don't know where the best positions are for our players going off what Ten Hag sets them up like. Arteta makes Havertz work because he knows exactly what he needs. He knows exactly what type of profile player to bring in to do a job in his system. United don't recruit that way. We just buy names. And obviously, it's changed with Ineos this summer. Yeah, we needed to update our centre-backs. We've still got too many, in my opinion. But I don't think any of us, hand on heart, can say who our lineup's going to be and where them players are going to play and what role they're going to play. Everyone above us, you look at what Newcastle and Eddie Howe did to Manchester City last week and how he set his team up. Every single player knew, and that was Isaac. No Isaac in the team. Gordon moves into the middle, different role. Everybody knows what the job is and what they're doing. United players just look lost. And so what Owen's saying, Saeed, Alice, it is that we regress players. We are that poison chalice. We just make players worse, whether it's the environment, the culture at the football club, everything rolled into one. The fact that Manchester United players leaving Manchester United actually do better on international duty. Like remember when Harry Maguire was saying it was great going on international duty? Years ago. He said it just feels better. It just feels more organized. At United and that red bubble that we surround our players in, and we make them feel like they've already made it. Honestly, the standards that these players have in their heads are at an all-time low. And it just takes a man at the top, someone to control these players, play the players in their best positions. It's simple football tactics again, because I still don't believe that we are playing these players to the best of their ability and that being in the positions that they should be playing. Agate's role for one, like Bruno Fernandes, he might do better in an 8. He keeps playing him at 10.
Then Bruno, so like that with Bruno. Then, so why with Bruno then is it not? Well, I'll tell you what, it's just the manager then. We've seen that he can do good. Now, why is it now Bruno's shit? And then, that's what I mean, saying. So why is it not the same with him then?
Yeah, Bruno Fernandes plays on the left-hand side of a middle three for Portugal brilliantly.
But that's what I'm saying. Other accountability,
accountability. The manager.
What I'm worried about is, I'll just be honest. This is just my honest point. Like the Ten Hag thing, we all agree on. I just now thinking about things deeper level. I do like Show says there. Zirkzee, would he start for Villa, Newcastle, Spurs? No, they wouldn't even start.
He would.
They got Wilson and Bremu. Who did he start for?
He'd be in the squad. He'd be in the squad fighting for that number 9 or whatever it was.
Who? What? Off Isak?
Yeah, he'd be in that squad. He'd be fighting for the number 9.
Zirkzee be fighting for
I'm not saying starting.
But this is the same thing we do when we sign players, isn't it? When we sign players, we go, are they going to go straight into the team? If they were in those squads, he'd get games for Villa, Newcastle, Spurs. Of course he would. Timo Werner plays for fucking Spurs. Of course he would.
Exactly.
And he shit. He shouldn't.
Timo Werner.
He shouldn't.
He
shouldn't play for them.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. That's what. So Hojlund and Zirkzee could get in Spurs. Of course, it could.
Hojlund was like third top scorer in the Euro qualifiers, and then he comes to United and he struggles to do things. Zirkzee goes in international tribute. He's great. Going back to what Adam says, all our players are better on international duty. A lot of City's players go on international duty and look shit. And surely it is about the manager getting the best out of them a bit.
Flex. Who's in
I'm
this
not
squad?
saying that.
Can I just please? Who in this squad is consistently playing well? Please give me the names.
Yeah, no one is.
But
Johnny Evans,
Johnny Evans, and maybe Mazarawi's had a good start.
Yeah, and Dallas up and down, but
it's up and bro. Nobody has played well.
I get that. No, I 100% understand that. Like the manager's got to go, and that's the biggest reason why we're shit. And a different manager can come in because we've got good players. But that doesn't mean that every the whole 24-man squad we look at and they go, that means they're all good enough to play for Man United. Some of these men we have to look at, bro, and say they're not that good.
No, but
they're not that good, bro.
We can only judge that under a new manager. That's why I'm saying
we want Rashford out as well because we've seen him under loads of managers, but we've seen him play good.
They need to go. They're the ones that need to go. Not the new ones
you brought in. We also have to look at and go, are they that good?
But why are we talking in absolutes anyway? Because the reality is, some of them aren't good enough, but some of them are clearly way better than they are.
I agree with that. That's what I'm saying. But there seems to be a blanket that, like, it's.
That's what I'm saying. The blanket's stupid. But this is what we do. We do the blanket stuff.
You will see these players get exposed, but that's because Ten Hag has had no accountability. Players can play through bad form. That's why we're all clouded by judgment. Rashford could go on this run of not doing nothing and still be on the pitch. Garnacho, he knows he's not a starter, but yet puts him through it. He's an impact player. Everyone's perception of Garnacho then changes. It's like, you know what? Off the bench is all right. Yeah, but now everybody's saying he's rubbish. Zirkzee, it's like these 2 last games, I'm like, what, you're not starting him? What's going on? Like, you need to build momentum. Then you got Hojlund, who then his touch is off and he's getting bullied sometimes. So he's not worked out the strengths. He's not worked out the weaknesses. We all are set up right now in attack is awful.
But the things they've been doing are individual things, bro. The ball coming in and bouncing off your foot. That's not the system.
No, I get that.
You backing into the centre halves and just fighting and them just getting it off you every time.
I still don't see no synergy though. When we're playing up front, I don't see. I
agree with that.
I know what. Like if I look at Man City, I know Savio into this, into that. Arsenal, Saka, Trossard. I know what I'm gonna get. You're watching the games around. Do we see patterns emerging? No. Players live on patterns. They live off kind of relationships. There is no relationship with this team. So that's why you see the inconsistencies week in, week out, because there's no energy.
I'll fall back. I thought, let me just pose that thing.
It's fair comment.